What if I told you that the woman you think you love, the one you desperately want to understand, has already tested you 100 times before you even realized it? Men walk around believing they are in control of their relationships. But in truth, most are silently being controlled. And the tragedy is you don't even see it happening until you wake up one day and realize you've lost her respect, her desire, and her loyalty. This is the part no one told you about. Women are not moved by your words, your gifts, or your sweet promises. They are moved by something much deeper, something they can't even articulate themselves. And if you don't learn how to access that hidden part of her psychology, you'll always find yourself chasing, begging, and hoping, while another man who understands her mind is quietly taking everything you thought belonged to you. You've probably already felt that unease, the moment she pulled away without reason, the night she became cold after seeming so warm just hours before, the time she looked at you and you sensed distance you couldn't explain. Most men panic in that moment. They argue, they plead, they double down on attention. But the truth, that reaction is the exact reason she lost attraction in the first place. Because women are wired to test the strength of a man, not through obvious questions, but through subtle emotional storms. And if you fail, she never forgets it. Control isn't about manipulation. It's about mastery of yourself, your emotions, and your presence. A woman doesn't want a man she can push around. She wants a man she can trust to remain unshaken when the world shakes her. But here's the painful reality. If you don't know the 6 hidden triggers that awaken her respect and ignite her deepest desire, you'll always feel like you're guessing in the dark, never truly in control. This isn't about playing games, it's about unlocking what she can't tell you, what she won't admit even to herself. And once you learn these secrets, you'll see the shift. Suddenly, she leans in when she used to pull away. She seeks your approval without knowing why. She feels safe, but also irresistibly drawn to you. That's when you realize the truth. Control over a woman is never about dominating her. It's about mastering yourself so completely that she has no choice but to follow your lead. Let me strip away the lies you've been told about women, because most of what you believe is destroying your chances of ever having real control. You've been told women want nice guys, men who give them everything, who never upset them, who treat them like fragile glass. But look around. Are those the men women actually chase? No. Those are the men who get ignored, cheated on, or left behind the moment someone stronger appears. And here's the brutal truth. Women are not attracted to weakness. They crave a man who can handle their chaos without collapsing. Think about this. When a woman pushes your buttons, when she questions your plans, when she throws drama into your day, do you believe it's because she hates you? No, it's because she's unconsciously checking. Are you a man who can lead or a boy who will fold? Every time you react with anger, begging, or insecurity, you fail the test. And she may never tell you outright, but something inside her closes. Respect dies before love ever does. One of the deepest secrets to controlling a woman is this. She wants to feel like you are unmovable, like no storm can shake you. When you remain calm, when you don't over-explain, when you simply look at her with certainty and continue to lead, her mind and body respond in ways she can't even control. She feels safer with you, but also more attracted because that calmness is rare. That's why she's drawn to men who seem stoic, men who can carry the weight of their own emotions without dumping them on her. But let's be honest, most men aren't trained for this. Society encourages you to express every insecurity, every fear to prove your sensitivity. And yes, women will say they want that, but when you give it, they lose interest. Why? Because her attraction isn't logical, it's primal. Her desire comes alive when she feels she can surrender her chaos into your strength. That's the paradox most men never solve, and if you can't solve it, you'll always feel her slipping away. You'll keep asking why she's distant, why she's cold, why she never respects you the way she once did. But if you learn to master your presence, your energy, and your response to her storms, you don't just regain her desire, you command it. And once a woman feels that in you, she doesn't want to escape. She wants to belong to it. There's something most men will never be told. And it's the third secret that changes everything. Women are far more emotional than logical, but not in the way you've been led to believe. You think her mood swings, her tests, her sudden coldness are random. They aren't. They're signals, subconscious messages telling you exactly where you stand in her world. The problem is most men ignore them or misinterpret them, and that's why they lose control. Here's the truth. Women constantly measure your value not by what you say, but by how you make them feel. If she feels like she can predict you, if she knows you'll always give in, always be available, always bend to her moods, she loses the sense of mystery and respect that fuels her attraction. What keeps her hooked is not constant attention, but tension. It's the subtle fear of losing your presence if she stops valuing it. Think about it. Why do women chase men who seem difficult to hold down, who don't answer right away, who live with purpose outside of her? It's not because those men are jerks. It's because their energy communicates, I am not yours to control. And that energy flips a switch inside her. She doesn't want what she already owns. She wants what she feels she must earn. If you understand this, you'll never fall into the trap of overgiving, overchasing, or over-explaining yourself. One of the deepest triggers in female psychology is the balance between security and unpredictability. She wants to know you're hers, but she also wants to feel you could be gone if she doesn't value you properly. That paradox is what keeps her attention, her respect, and her desire burning. Most men suffocate women with too much consistency, thinking it proves love, but love without tension dies because desire can't survive where there is no uncertainty. So how do you use this secret? Stop making her the center of your universe. Start living in a way where she has to fight for your time, your energy, and your presence, not by playing childish games, but by genuinely building a life that excites you more than her approval. When she sees you move with purpose, when she feels she's not the only thing you care about, her emotions spike. That's when she leans in, chases harder, and begins to crave you in ways she won't even admit. And here's the power shift. When she feels she has to keep you, that's when you truly control the dynamic. Now let me reveal a secret that almost no man wants to hear, but every man needs to understand if he ever wants true control over a woman. A woman will never submit to you simply because she loves you. She will only submit when she respects you. Love without respect feels safe for her, but it doesn't inspire her to give you her devotion. Respect is the fuel that makes her admire you, obey you, and trust you enough to follow your lead. Without it, she may stay with you out of convenience, but deep down, she will crave another man who embodies strength. Respect is earned in the moments where most men collapse. When she challenges you, do you defend yourself with long explanations, trying to convince her you're right? Or do you calmly stand on your decision and let your actions prove your strength? Because the man who over-explains is telling her, I need your approval to feel certain. But the man who acts with certainty, even when she doubts him, communicates power. And power is what creates the magnetic pull she can't resist. Women test constantly, not because they want to leave, but because they want to feel they are with someone stronger than themselves. If you pass those tests, her respect deepens. If you fail them, her respect dissolves. And once respect is gone, intimacy follows. That's why so many men are blindsided when a woman they thought was in love with them suddenly grows cold, distant, or even seeks out another man. She didn't lose her feelings. She lost her respect. Here's the painful truth. A woman doesn't want a man who bends to her every mood. She wants a man who anchors her when she spins out of control. She wants a man who listens but doesn't lose himself in her emotions. She wants a man she can lean on without him crumbling. That's when she feels safe enough to relax, to surrender, to let her femininity flow fully. But if she senses weakness, she'll take control. Not because she wants to, but because she feels she has no choice. And the moment she takes control, the relationship starts to die. So if you want to control any woman, never beg for respect. Command it by how you carry yourself, how you stand in moments of conflict, and how you remain unshaken when everything inside her tries to shake you. That's when she finally realizes you are a man she can't break, only love. There's a fifth truth about women that almost feels unfair, but once you grasp it, you'll understand why so many men fail in love and why so few ever gain lasting control. Women are addicted to emotion, not logic. You can tell her all day that you love her. You can provide her with comfort, money, and promises. But if you don't stir her emotions, she will eventually disconnect. This is why you see women leave men who gave them everything only to chase men who gave them nothing but intensity. It's not about what makes sense. it's about what makes her feel. Think back to the times she seemed most alive around you. Was it when you were being predictable, safe, and endlessly available? Or was it when there was a spark of tension? When she felt uncertain, when she didn't fully know what would happen next? That's the paradox. Stability keeps her grounded, but emotional intensity keeps her hooked. Without both, she drifts. Most men make the mistake of becoming either too safe or too chaotic. Too safe and she feels bored. Too chaotic and she feels unstable. The secret lies in balance. Give her the foundation of your strength, but never let her feel she fully owns you. Let her taste your love, but let her also taste the risk of losing it if she stops valuing it. This balance creates the emotional roller coaster her psychology craves. It's not manipulation. It's awakening her primal nature, the part of her that needs to feel desire, fear, longing, and passion all at once. When you master this, you'll notice something powerful. She begins to invest more in you, not less. She puts effort into keeping your attention. She dresses up, she plans, she chases, because her emotions are alive in your presence. And here's the real control. You don't have to demand it. You don't have to beg for her love. She gives it freely because her emotions make it impossible not to. The truth is, women don't leave men because they stop loving them. They leave because they stop feeling alive with them. If you understand how to spark her emotions while staying calm in your own, you'll never have to worry about her wandering eyes or fading desire, because in her mind, no other man compares to the way you make her feel. Here's the final and most dangerous secret, the one that separates men who forever struggle with women from men who seem to command their respect and desire effortlessly. Control is never about force, it's about influence. A woman's deepest instinct is to give herself fully to a man she feels is stronger than her. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally. If she feels you are her anchor, her leader, her standard, she doesn't resist you. She follows you. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. And that is the kind of control that lasts. The mistake most men make is chasing. Chasing her attention, chasing her validation, chasing her love. Every time you chase, you communicate that she is the prize and you are the pursuer. But here's the truth. When you live as a man with standards, when you refuse to tolerate disrespect, when you carry yourself with the energy of someone who knows his worth, she begins to chase you, not because you manipulated her, but because her biology pulls her toward you. Women are wired to be drawn to the man who does not need them, but chooses them. That choice coming from strength is intoxicating to her. So what does this mean for you? It means you must stop negotiating your value. Stop explaining why you deserve respect. Stop tolerating behavior that drains you. Stand tall in who you are and let her rise to meet you. The more you embody discipline, control, and certainty, the more she naturally surrenders her walls. She feels she doesn't have to lead anymore because you are already leading. And that is when her femininity explodes. Her softness, her loyalty, her passion, they all unlock in your presence. Remember this, a woman doesn't want to be controlled through fear or force. She wants to be controlled through the magnetic pull of your strength. When you master yourself, you master her desire. When you command respect, you command love. When you remain unshaken, she becomes addicted to you in a way that no other man can compete with. That is the ultimate form of control. Effortless, powerful, unspoken. Now, I want to ask you something personal. Which of these 6 secrets do you feel you've been failing at the most in your relationships? Be honest and drop your answer in the comments because I read everyone. And if this video opened your eyes, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who desperately needs to hear this truth. Trust me, it might save his relationship. All from Prismology.